He found this black girl alone, on the sidewalk. 10 years later, a miracle happened. The morning rain had stopped, but the streets still glistened with puddles. The sun struggled to break through the gray clouds, reflecting off the wet asphalt and the cars passing by. The city was beginning to stir, the sidewalks filled with hurried footsteps and umbrellas being shaken, but no one noticed the girl, no one, except Mr. Jorge. He was coming back from the market with his caramel-colored jacket zipped up to the collar and a brown paper bag under his arm. He almost tripped when he saw her. A little black girl, maybe 6 years old, huddled on the edge of the sidewalk, very close to a light pole. Her little dress, a light green, almost white, was soaked and dirty, stuck to her thin little body. His hair stuck to his forehead, no shoes, no backpack, no coat. His knees were tucked into his chest, his face pressed against the concrete, as if it were the softest pillow he had left in the world. See you, Jorge watched. People passed by her. Some went fast, but no one stopped. He slowly knelt down beside her. Honey, can you hear me? Her eyes opened a little, big brown eyes, sunken, as if she had cried so much that there was nothing left. Are you okay? He asked. Whispered one word, cold. That was enough. Mr. Jorge put down the bag and carefully took off the jacket covering her wet body. She couldn't resist. When he picked her up, she nuzzled her face into his shoulder as if she had known him her whole life. He didn't even think, just went straight home. His apartment, small and cozy, was full of memories. Photos of his late wife and daughter lined the shelves. It had been years since he had raised a child, but the way the little girl curled up on the old couch, falling asleep without saying a word, awakened something inside him. After drying her and giving her some soup, Jorge tried to ask again, "What's your name?" "Sophia," she whispered. "Do you know where your parents are?" She shook her head. "Did someone hurt you?" Silence. That night, she slept on the couch with a blanket and Jorge's jacket still tight around her shoulders. The next day, Jorge called social services, explained everything. They sent a social worker, Dona Katia, examined Sophia, asked questions, ran her photo through every database. No missing persons report, no identification, no one looking for her. She could be undocumented, Dona Katia said, or simply abandoned. It happens, unfortunately. What now? Asked Jorge. Well, the foster homes are full, she replied. But if you willing, we can expedite your process to become a temporary guardian. Mr. Jorge didn't think twice. I'll take care of her for as long as she needs. Days turned into weeks. Sophia didn't talk much, but she followed Jorge everywhere. She sat next to him at breakfast, waited at the door when he went to take out the trash. Her silence was not empty, it was that of someone observing everything. She absorbed it as if she were studying how to feel safe again. One day, Jorge caught her in the living room, standing next to the antique upright piano that had belonged to his wife. Her little fingers traced the keys without pressing them. "Do you like this?" he asked. Sophia nodded. "You can go ahead." Hesitated. Then he touched one key, then another. Then a soft sound, a broken scale. The notes didn't match, but something about the way she moved made Jorge stop what he was doing. That night she tried again, playing the same broken scale, then another. Over the next few days, she spent more and more time there, never talking, just feeling. One Sunday morning, While Jorge was preparing breakfast, he heard something that made him drop the spatula. Music, real music. He ran into the room. There she was, eyes closed, shoulders swaying, playing a melody that Jorge hadn't heard in years. It was amazing grace, and it was beautiful. "Sophia," he whispered. Stopped playing, looked up, nervous. "I only heard it in church once," she said. "I wanted to try." Mr. Jorge knelt down beside her. "You didn't try, my love. You did. It was amazing." She smiled, a small, soft smile, her first. As the months went by, Sophia opened up more. He started singing, drawing, asking questions. Her favorite thing to do was play the piano in the late afternoon, when the sunlight streamed through the blinds and lit the keys like gold. Mr. Jorge officially became her adoptive father. Every Sunday, at their little church, Sophia was invited to play a short piece. At first they were simple hymns, then more complex arrangements. The congregation stopped talking. Some were crying. "She plays like someone who has lived 1,000 years, the pastor once said. Sophia didn't know what to say to that. She just played. Then one day Mr. Jorge came home. "Look," he said, "there's a music competition for young people. Next weekend. Piano division, no entry fee." Sophia hesitated. "I don't want to win." "You don't have to. Just share your gift." Looked at him. "What if they don't like it?" Mr. Jorge smiled. "They will, because it's you." The auditorium was huge, packed with families, judges, and teenagers in bright clothes. Sophia wore a simple blue dress and impeccable white ballet flats that Jorge had saved up to buy. When her name was called, she slowly climbed up. The hall fell silent. Sat down, closed her eyes and played, not loud, not extravagant, but deep, moving, as if she were telling the story of her life through each note. When he finished, there was silence and then applause, a standing ovation. Sophia returned backstage feeling emotional. Mr. Jorge hugged her tightly. "You were perfect, perfect for you," she whispered. Then someone approached. An elegant woman with a tablet and a badge. "Mr. Jorge, yes, I represent a music foundation for young prodigies. Your daughter is extraordinary. We would like to offer her a full scholarship, classes, mentoring, national stages." Mr. Jorge watched. "Seriously, she's not just talented. She is one in a million." As they walked out of the building beaming, Sophia looked across the parking lot and stopped. A man stood near a tree, watching her, pale, nervous. He didn't applaud, he didn't smile, he just stared, and then quickly walked away. Mr. Jorge also saw it. "Do you know him?" he asked. Sophia didn't answer, but her smile disappeared and Jorge realized that the story wasn't over. Not yet. Sophia couldn't stop thinking about the man in the parking lot. His face was unfamiliar, but her body reacted before her head could process it. Chill, a sudden pang in the chest, as if some old, stored memory had been awakened. Seu Jorge noticed the change. That night during dinner, he asked gently, "Are you sure you don't recognize him?" Sophia looked at the fork. "No, but I think I knew her before. That night she sat at the piano. But she didn't play. For the first time in months, her fingers hovered and then fell. Still, what if my past finds me?" she asked. Mr. Jorge approached her. "So we faced it together." Weeks passed. The scholarship offer became real. Sophia began taking private music lessons twice a week. Her Teachers called her a phenomenon. Videos of her performances at church went viral. One titled "The Girl with the Piano Who Slept on the Sidewalk" reached millions. Strangers wrote letters. Some sent gifts, but Jorge made sure her life remained normal. Piano, school, laughter, tranquility. Then one autumn afternoon, there was a knock on the door. Jorge opened it and found a well-dressed woman in her 40s, holding a small envelope with trembling hands. "Mr. Jorge," she asked. "My name is Dr. Renata Silva. I think I know Sophia." Jorge's breath hitched. "How?" She opened the envelope, revealing a faded photo of a little girl. The same light green, almost white dress, the same eyes. "She's my niece. She disappeared 10 years ago. My brother, he was unstable. He shot his mother and disappeared. We thought they were dead." Jorge's hands shook. "Are you saying he abandoned her on purpose?" Renata nodded. "He was arrested 2 weeks ago, in possession of forged documents. He confessed to abandoning her, said she wouldn't stop crying." Sophia walked into the room, hearing the last part, her eyes fixed on Renata. "Do you remember me, dear?" Renata asked gently. Sophia took a step back. "You were there in a photo on the wall. Remember?" In the weeks that followed, DNA confirmed the truth. Sophia's mother had died shortly after her disappearance. No one knew where the child had gone. Renata had searched, filed complaints, begged the authorities, but the trail had disappeared. Now she wanted to reconnect. "I don't want to take it from you," she said to her Jorge. "You created her, you gave her a life, but I would love to be a part of her future." Mr. Jorge looked at Sophia. "The choice is yours." Sophia nodded. Slowly. "You can come to my next concert." The event was held in a grand ballroom. Sophia, now 15, wore a white blouse and soft gray pants. Her fingers danced across the grand piano with confidence and grace. Cameras flashed. The crowd held their breath. Her final piece was a composition of her own titled "From the Sidewalk to the Sky." When she finished, there was not just applause. There were tears. Reporters, musicians, strangers, all moved by a teenager whose music contained every wound and every hope. Backstage, Renata hugged her. Her mother would be so proud. Sophia smiled. "I hope she hears me from up there." Months later, Sophia launched a non-profit, the Sidewalk Symphony. Her mission was to provide musical education to homeless children. She began performing at shelters, schools, even social centers, sharing not only her talent but her story. She would tell the crowds, "I don't remember much of the day I was left, but I remember the day I was seen, the day someone did not go straight." Jorge was always by her side. Not just her guardian, but her father. One night after a concert, he whispered, "Do you know what the real miracle was?" She tilted her head. "My song." He nodded, smiling. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more exciting, dramatic, and unexpected tales. And let us know in the comments where in the world you're watching from. We love hearing from you. Until next time, keep being kind, curious, and watching.